welcome to Bruhan Mumbai Municipal Corporation's Virtual Training Center, and I am Mrs. Nehal Kodambe, your English teacher from VTC. Let's begin with today's session.
Going on travel or going on a journey is a pleasant experience for we all. We like to travel. Whenever our parents or our relatives announce that we have to go on a travel, on a picnic, on a tour to our village, native place, then we are so happy. We started collecting so many things. If we are going by our own vehicle, then it's no issue. But we are going by bus, by train, then our journey preparation starts with the booking of the travel tickets and so on. Nowadays, going on a tours, travels, or for journey has become very easier job. But children, in olden days, do you know how the people used to travel? That's what we are going to see. We are going to learn in today's session that why people used to travel, how they used to travel, what other difficulties they used to face. So in today's session, we are going to see, we are going to listen a story of a young man who has come to India from the neighboring countries. Who was that man? Why has he come over to India? That we are going to learn in today's story. As I said that people used to travel all over the world from one country to another country for many reasons. Some people used to travel for the trade, for the business. Okay. Some used to travel for going on a pilgrimage, for the pilgrimage, and some used to go for the study sake. So for different reasons people used to travel since ancient times. In today's session we are going to learn about journey to the west. Someone is traveling towards the west direction. We know there are four main direction and four sub directions. So the east, west, north and south, as you have learned. So someone is traveling from east to west. Who was that and why had he traveled so? We will see in today's story. So listen it carefully. So this is a world map, and you know this is our country India. So when we say that journey to the west, we naturally start thinking about a journey to western countries. Like see, to our west are England, then America. So many countries are there to our west. But talking east west is a relative term. So you can see here a travel route map. You can see all over the world people are traveling from one direction to the other. So when we say journey to west means to the countries we are traveling which is lying on our west. But still, though we are, India is on the eastern part and the America, England, all these countries at our western side or west side. So we are saying that we are traveling to the west side. But still there are some countries to our east also. So what they must be saying that they are going to India means they are going to the west. Okay, because our country lies at the west direction of those countries. See here now, the countries which are at the western part of the globe is traveling towards east, and the countries at the east they are traveling to the west. So it is called journey to the west. In today's session, the story which we are going to learn, the journey to the west, this particular journey that we are going to read about was actually a journey from China to our country, that is India. Okay, now see, you can see India is to the west of China. China lies at the east of India. You can see here now. It is clear to you now. Okay. So China is at our east and India is China's west side. In those days, traveling from China to India was not an easy task. This story is very, very, very old times, ancient times stories. So, one had to travel thousands of miles while traveling from one country to another country. They had to travel thousands of miles. See, from China to India. In our map, it is we find we are neighboring countries. It is very easy to travel. But this story is about 7th century. So from China to India, traveling was very difficult task. And this has been done by Yuan Shuang. You can see here traveling from China to India. And this task was very difficult, as I said, because one had to travel thousands of miles on foot or horseback, crossing the deserts, unfamiliar regions, crossing the snow-clad mountains. You can see here, crossing strange, unfamiliar regions, using roads where bandits and robbers roamed. Who would do it? Who had daring to do this? But this Yuan Shuang had a dream. Why Yuan Shuang has done that? Because he wanted to take Buddhist scriptures from India to his homeland in China. He was attracted to the Buddhism. So to learn the principles of the Buddhism, he had come to India from all the way to China. It was like a pilgrimage to him. Pilgrimage means what? When we are going to the long tour or long journey to see or to visit any temple, it is known as the pilgrimage. So all the way from China to India, he had come. He has traveled a difficult route just to take the Buddhist scriptures from India to his homeland in China. Yuan Shuang undertook the long and difficult journey to follow his dream. For 17 long years he kept on traveling. How many years? 17 years he was on traveling, suffering from many hardships on his way. He had suffered many difficulties on his way. He traveled across the Gobi Desert, you can see here, and then along the Tian Shan mountain range. And all this journey there were no trains, no aeroplanes, but he sometimes he used to walk on foot, sometimes he has taken the help of the horse. So it was very difficult in odd climates. With very little things with him, he has traveled across the Gobi Desert and along the Tian Shan mountain range and on along the Silk Route through regions. And Yuan Shuang undertook the long and difficult journey to follow his dream. For 17 long years, as I said, he kept on traveling, suffering from many hardships. He traveled through many countries, from Kyrgyzstan to Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan before he came to India. For 17 long years, he was traveling through and facing the hardships in his travel. In India also, he traveled to many parts and gathered many important manuscripts. So his aim was clear. He had come here to study the Buddhism, to study the principle of the Buddhism because he was attracted towards the Buddhism. And then he traveled in India also to the many parts and gathered many important manuscripts. And now when he is work was over, the time to go home back had come. The way back home was also equally difficult, as he had come here passing through many difficulties, but again he has to pass all these difficulties while going back to his home. But Yuan Shang managed to reach China safely along with the scripture. This was a great achievement for him and for the every person from China. It was a great achievement. Why? Because he has faced so many difficulties in his journey. His journey was not easy. And whatever journey, whatever traveled he has done, it was just almost unbelievable. People couldn't believe that all the way he had gone to India on crossing the mountains and crossing the deserts and crossing the snow-clad mountains, crossing the strange unfamiliar region. How he went there? So much so that people thought that the gods and supernatural powers had helped Yuan Shuang in his quest, in his work, and this gave rise to many interesting folk tales, stories, traditional stories has risen on this occasion. These gave rise to many interesting folk tales. And centuries later, an epic novel called Journey to the West was written about this famous pilgrimage. After centuries, not in his time, but after centuries later, an epic novel was written, and the novel's name was Journey to the West, because as I showed you just now, that chain lies to our east and he has came all over to India from east to west. So the novel's name was Journeys to the West. So it was written, and the novel made use of many of the folk tales. This novel and the stories are still very popular among the people in the world. The novel tells us that there are many demons and evil powers who are eager to kill and gobble up the holy monk who was traveling from China to India. Then who would have saved him? Who would have vanquished the demons? Who would have defeated the demons? And people believe that that was the Guanyin deity, the goddesses, who is the goddesses of mercy, has seen to that, and she gave this task to help Yuan Shuang to three special people. Who were they? Sun Wukong or the Monkey King, Zubaji or Pixie, and Sha Wuzking or Sand Priest. So these were three characters. They were no saints. In fact, though they all have supernatural powers, they are known troublemakers. They were like demons. So the gods have thrown them out of heaven. And however, the kind deity Guanyin has offered each of them one more chance. She said, if you help the holy monk in his pilgrimage to India, if you use your powers for this good work, then you may return to heaven. Now they were in hell, but she had given them a chance to help the Yuan Shuang, and she said, if you will help him, then there will be again a chance to return to heaven. And that is why these three characters have agreed to be Yuan Shuang's disciple and to help Yuan Shuang in his difficult journey. And so these are three characters, and the most powerful among these three was Sun Wukong. or Monkey King. Everything about him is extraordinary. What was extraordinary in him? That we will continue in our next part. So keep watching, and before I see you off, there is a task for you. So what is the task? List all the persons and characters mentioned in this story. So there are two nouns, persons and characters. There are some real persons and there are some fictional characters in this story. So you have to mention all this in a list. Next thing, which of them are real, you have to state them, and which are imaginary. Okay, got it? So read the story again, watch this video again and again, and make a list of all the persons and characters, and in front of them state them there whether they are real or they are imaginary. So see you in next session with the next part of the story. Till then, bye bye, take care.
That's all for today. So you will revise whatever we have learned in today's session. Please subscribe the channel and press the notification button to get the link of next video. Bye bye.